Assalamualaikum students, you are welcome to SPSC e-lessons. I hope all of you are fine and doing good. As you know that we have been studying the energy resources and the type of energy resources which we have studied so far is non-renewable energy resource. Non-renewable mean the energy resources which are once consumed, they cannot be reproduced or regenerated. They get depleted if they are consumed because they are required to be burned in order to give us energy. The example was fossil fuels, and we knew that these are present in limited reserves are there for these fossil fuels. So what will we do? How will we fulfill our energy if there will be no fossil fuel left behind with us? Because we know that we are consuming energy at a very higher speed than before in the past historic times. So in order to prevent the fossil fuels from being depleted and in order to fulfill our energy needs, we need some alternative energy resources. So what can these be alternative energy resources? Firstly, they must be renewable. Secondly, they should be eco-friendly. Eco-friendly mean when they will produce electricity or any other kind of energy, so they should not pollute the environment. They should not produce such harmful substances which can pollute our environment. Example of such energy resources are wind, water and sun, etc. So we know that these can be reproduced, that's why they are called renewable energy resources. So our topic for the day is renewable energy resources. Before starting the topic, let's see some difficult terms or sight words. First sight word is electricity. Electricity is a type of energy which can be converted into heat energy as you use it in iron or electric heaters. It can be used into sound energy if you connect it with the speakers. It can be converted into light energy if you connect it with your lights, tube lights or bulbs. It can be converted into mechanical energy, or when you move your fans, the electricity is converted into mechanical energy. Next sight word is wind power. Power is actually the word we use for electricity, and wind because this electricity is generated by the help of wind. Wind blows the windmill, and when the windmill moves with the help of wind, its turbine rotates and this rotation produces electricity. Next word is dams. Dams are the huge reservoirs of water. Reservoir mean the storage body of water. So the water is firstly stored in the dams, then it is used, then it is allowed to fall down, and when it falls down with a speed or higher speed, it moves the turbine. Next word is solar panel. It is actually a collection of solar cells. Solar cells are small cells which produce electricity by absorbing sunlight, but this electricity is very small in amount. It cannot be used to generate to move any device. So by move I mean to let any device work. So solar panels are made which are the collections of solar cells. These are solar cells which are arranged in a solar panel, and this panel can produce enough electricity. Next word is fossil fuel. Fossil fuels are those fuels which are produced by the dead remains of plants and animals inside the earth, in the deep layers of earth. So these can be oil, gas or petrol, etc. Last word is satellite. Satellite is an artificial space body which can rotate around the earth like in an orbit like other planets revolve around the sun in their orbits. But it is an artificial body, it's created by the human beings. energy resources. These are those energy resources which can be used for millions of years because they do not get depleted. Secondly, they are also known as alternative energy resources because they do not use fossil fuels and they serve as alternative resources. They use natural things such as wind, sun, or water. There are different renewable energy resources or alternative energy resources such as wind power, hydroelectric power, solar energy, power from sea, and geothermal energy. We will study all of these one by one in today's lesson. The very first type of renewable energy resources is wind power. In this type, what happens is there is a wind turbine. As you can see, it's a fan-like body. It rotates through the wind, and when it rotates, this turbine rotates. So it provides mechanical energy which can then allow the generators to produce electricity. This electricity produced through the windmill is then supplied to the homes and industries. What is the advantage of wind power is that when the electricity is being produced by this system, so the industries are not supposed to produce electricity by burning fuel. That will be reduced to some extent, which can avoid environmental pollution as well. But the disadvantage is that wind does not blow throughout the day or throughout the year. It can stop for some time. So when the wind is not blowing, electricity cannot be generated. Secondly, the wind farms should be set up at those areas where the wind is blowing at a very high speed, such as coastal areas or the areas near the sea. So wind farms are mostly situated in these areas. The second type of renewable energy resources is hydroelectric power. In this category, water is used for producing electricity. In this power generation, water is firstly stored in highland areas and upper areas of the land. Then it is allowed to move down slowly. When it moves down, it passes through in its path, turbines are fixed. Turbine rotates, and this rotation turn on this generator. So the generator produces electricity which is then transformed through a transformer and is supplied to the houses and industries. So when the water flows from the turbine rotates, the rest of the water moves forward. So it is then used for some other purposes such as for irrigating the land. So the water is not used for producing electricity, it just turned the turbine. So it is very beneficial, very feasible, and it is very helpful as well. Reservoirs are known as dams. What is the disadvantage of this electricity generation is that the building of dams is very costly as it requires very huge area to be built. Secondly, the farms and the people living in those villages, they all suffer when the dam is constructed in a particular area. Type of renewable resource is solar energy. Solar energy is from the sun, and you know that every year Earth gets more than enough of its energy from the sun. Solar energy can be trapped by using solar panels. These are sheets of solar voltaic cells. There are so many cells attached on them. These sheets are used for heating water or for heating the houses in cold climate areas. But the thing is, these are fixed to the roofs of the houses so that this can absorb the sunlight and then in turn heat up the house. But the thing is that there must be a bright sunshine throughout the year, or at least throughout that time when we are supposed to produce the electricity through these panels. So these cannot be set up in the areas such as European countries where there is very little sunshine. The sunshine must be very bright for obtaining this energy. Another thing is solar voltaic cell or the photovoltaic cell. These cells absorb the sun energy and convert it into electricity. But the amount of electricity produced by these cells is very small amount. So they are supposed to be the part of solar panel so that they can produce somewhat more amount of energy. Satellites obtain their energy through solar voltaic cells. The fourth type of energy resource is power from the sea. You know that sea is continuously moving, and every moving body has some kinetic energy in it. So there is a lot of energy in the waves of sea. So this energy can be used to produce different other type of energies in many ways. Let's see those ways one by one. The first way is tidal barrage. A tidal power station is built on a long barrier called tidal barrage. This barrier is made on the mouth of a tidal river, which is also known as estuary. Estuary is the mouth of a river. Here the water flow becomes faster, the pressure of water becomes faster. That's why the tidal power station is built on the tidal barrage. Electricity is produced by trapping the water. Water flows, turbine moves, and the electricity is produced. This water can be allowed to flow in the backward direction. The same amount of water is used to produce the energy twice or thrice by repeatedly directing its movement. But the disadvantage of tidal barrage is that it is very expensive to build. Secondly, it changes the flow of water, so it can affect the environment. The seabirds, the sea life suffers a lot. So that's why this is somewhat disadvantageous. The next way we can use the power we can obtain power from sea is wave power. As you know that waves are also continuously moving, so they also have some kinetic energy which can be converted into electricity or electrical energy by using huge floating generators. Floating because these generators float with the waves of the sea. These are also known as wave power generators. So the working models of these generators have been built, and the scientists are working on it, that whether these generators are suitable to produce electricity or not. This type of electricity generation now requires many years of working and projecting before implementation. The last type of renewable energy resource which we will study is geothermal energy. Geo means earth and thermal means heat. It means that heat energy of the earth to produce other kind of electricity or to produce or to gain energy. But how can earth give us heat energy? Let's see it. If this is the earth, we are living on the surface of the earth, which is the coolest part of earth. Underneath there is water, and then there are some rocks. And in the core of the earth, or the very center of the earth, there is magma, or you can say the molten rocks. So from here you can assume the temperature of the center of earth. It is the hottest part of earth. So heat radiations from here can move towards the upper parts. So this is how we use geothermal energy. There is a pumping station. From here cold water is sent downward into the earth crust, deep down into the earth crust. The hot rocks are broken down. You can see these dotted lines are representing the rock has been broken down. So the cold water comes here, and when it enters into the hot rock, it absorbs the heat. It is then converted into either steam or hot water, and then it is moved upward. If it's steam, it can be used to run the power stations because steam can move the turbines, or if it is hot water, it can heat up the buildings or things like that. So this is how the earth's heat energy is used for obtaining the electricity, or for obtaining the electricity, or I said for heating the buildings as well. Yes. all the rocks inside the earth do not produce same amount of electricity, because in some rocks there is radioactive activity being carried on, so that those rocks produce more amount of heat energy, while others where there is no radioactive activity, they produce less amount of heat. This was all about today's lesson. I hope now you will be able to solve your assignment number 10. See you in the next assignment. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.